Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you so much for being here. This is Confessions of an Actor, and I am here with Aaron Hawkins. Hi, Aaron. How's it going?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. So excited to be here. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm excited for you to be here. There we go.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, tell me about the evil lurks.
Well, I mean, Evil Lurks. I actually started writing the the short movie style script in about 2017. I would write, and I didn't like it, so I delete, write, delete, write, delete, because I'm a perfectionist, so I like to get it right. And wrote the screenplay, and a friend of mine saw the very first very first version of the Evil Works poster, and he's like, "What is this?" And I told him, I was like, "Here, read the script." He goes, "Hey, it's pretty cool." I'm like, "Do you want to be a part of it?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well then you're gonna play this character." And yeah. And he goes, "Well, it needs to be longer." I'm like, "Okay, so let's make it into a feature film."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
um the whole and there's like a whole rule, I guess, air quote rule, of the script being 1.5 minutes per page. I threw
Yeah.
that out the window. I didn't buy that because my script is 72 pages long, and we have a 2.5 hour movie.
Oh,
So
huh. Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of action that goes on in the movie as well.
Oh,
So of course, I mean, you're gonna add a lot to it. And you know, he I mean, we started with the rewrite process, and oh gosh, it was May of 2019. First tripod on the ground, first scenes were filmed, and then 6 months later, we were completely wrapped as far as uh, shooting schedule goes. And then everything, what happened in 2020. The world came to an end.
hmm.
So
Yeah.
we've been in the studio, we've been in post production ever since, and people are asking, why is it taking so long? Well, this type of movie is going to take a little bit longer because we also have other jobs that we also do as well. We have our survival gigs that we do during the day, and then we're doing other things here and there. And I'm getting auditions left and right from my agent.
Good.
So it just, life happens. So, and we want to also make this the best movie possible for, independent filmmaker wise. And I feel we're hitting all the marks. We're nailing everything. And it's looking, the color correction and all that stuff looks really, really good.
Mhm.
We're 110 minutes into the sound as far as getting it all nice and dialed in. And once that's done, we go to the theater and do a couple screen tests, full length feature screen tests with me, the co-writer, and our sound engineer.
Okay.
So to make sure everything is perfect, and then in July we get to party.
Yeah, where it says Charleston 18.
Yep.
Is it in Charleston, South Carolina, or
Charlestown 18 is a theater in St. Charles, Illinois, actually.
gotcha.
So yeah, I
There's
know
a lot of Charlestons
it.
in
Yes.
United States, but
Yeah, there
okay.
is. Yeah.
Illinois. So people can just scan the code and be like, "Ooh, okay, here's the info. This is where it's at," and stuff like that.
Yep, they
That's
can
cool.
scan the QR code if they find the poster locally, or they can go on to the website evilworksmovie.com, and right at the top banner there's a link right there to go to the Eventbrite page and purchase tickets, and you can watch a trailer on the website as well. So, there's
Sweet.
everything's all nicely packaged.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome sauce. So what made you become an actor?
Well, I've been involved in the arts, I'd say air quote arts, doing comic book drawings and stuff like that. Uh, my own creations, nothing that got published since I was 13 years old, and I'm 47 now. So I've been
Still
involved
fun.
doing that. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's really, really fun. And in high school, I went to the architectural side, designed a house. Didn't get
Huh.
it built because it's too much money to build it. Because I like to think grand, like big and large and just beautiful and just you name it, throw it
Yeah.
at the house and whatever sticks sticks. So I got done, got done doing that, and then went in the military, and then had fun there, and then went to college and got my degree in graphic design, and that's how the my whole backdrop that you see right behind me. I designed that whole entire thing. Obviously, the picture is a screenshot from the movie,
Hmm.
so I designed that and the posters and things like that. I get bored really easily,
Yeah.
so that's how I got involved with being an actor is because you're never bored. With
Yeah.
me, I'm never bored because there's always a new challenge. You're always learning. You're always
Mhm.
perfecting your craft and that sort of thing. And that's
Absolutely.
why I got into it. So yeah,
Okay. Um, what about filmmaking? When did you become involved in that?
I would say around the same time when I went to acting school. Shortly after I got done with acting school, I started looking for gigs to get and things like that. And it it's hard to find gigs when you don't have a resume that
Mm-hmm.
says, "Hey, yeah, you can do stuff." But then it's also it's like a catch 22. It's like, okay, you need to get gigs to put them on your resume, but you need a resume to get the gigs. It's a catch 22, but and that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. So I started doing background acting, which was more for networking for me, just networking and I also learned by observing. So I observed how the inner workings worked of an actual set like Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD,
Mm-hmm.
the Empire set,
Yeah.
all those movie sets like Captive State. I was on that as a background actor and just learning the learning how to do everything properly, and I model my sets after those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. And do you like being behind the camera or in front of the camera?
After being behind the camera for so long on Evil Lurks, I want to get back in front of the camera. I love it. I
Yeah.
mean, just even doing the self tape auditions, I'm like, okay, let's do that. That's fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll just grab my cell phone and just take the script from Evil Lurks and just okay, I'm gonna rehearse. I'm gonna do this line. I'm gonna like audition for this role, and I'll slate and then go through the lines that way, just to keep me fresh and sharp and things like
Yeah.
that. So
I
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, who do you usually audition for?
I
Where
auditioned where?
I audition as, I guess, what is your type, so to speak?
Um hmm. I don't know. I don't really know what my type would be per se, but I think because during the pandemic in like the year 2020 and that sort of thing, I got involved with my acting coach in Los Angeles, and she would always do online acting classes and things like that. And she brought out the comedic side of me. So I would like to say I'm leaning towards a comedic kind of type, but for background and that sort of thing, I'm always getting typecast as a police officer, detective,
I can see
someone
that.
someone in the military because I am a military veteran, so I have that background, so I know how to wear a uniform and this, that, and the other. Um, so I'm still gonna lean towards comedic because I love that, and you know, it's fun to make people laugh, even at your own expense. So yeah,
Yeah, because we basically bare our souls to other people, to strangers, and
yes, that's absolutely true. Yeah, I mean, we get to do things that the regular person out in the world couldn't do and get away
yeah.
with, like get to beat someone up on camera, and we get
Hmm.
to do that because that's part of the nature of the business. Now, if you were to go and arbitrarily beat someone up in the store, well, you're probably gonna get met by the police. So, you know, so yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
I remember doing a short film. I forgot how it's called. It's been a few years, but
Hmm.
we basically met up. Me and the other actress, Michelle. We drove to the woods, and it was like a horror and a thriller. So we drove to the woods where the location was, and there was like dug grave and whatnot, and then I had to be covered in blood and bruises,
Hmm.
and I'm like, we just get away with stuff,
Yeah.
just because there's a camera. So like all kinds of stuff, but which I think is fun.
Yep. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I've been killed off in my friends' short films and that sort of thing. The one that stands out in my mind is called this titled "The Stalking Ex Murder," and yeah, I get killed off in that one. And I mean, there was like a rip in my shirt and blood coming out everywhere. I got a bloody nose and a black eye, and
yeah,
I don't wash it off. Once we're done filming, usually that's the last scene of the day,
yeah.
and the director, which is a good friend of mine, he would ask me, "Do you want to wash up and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Nah, I got stuff to do. I gotta go to the store."
Yes, I love it. I love it.
So I mean, I'm walking around the store shopping, and one person approached me and said, buddy, you got a bloody nose." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Never mind the gaping hole and the blood coming out of my chest." I'm like, "Okay." But it's funny. Nobody, I mean, yeah, I got some weird looks, but that was one person out of however many were in the
Right.
store that came up to me and said, "Hey, you are like,
Are you
this is what,
okay? Like,
are
what's
you
your
okay?
yeah,
Did you get beat up or something?"
yeah.
Not a question. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, same. Yeah, if I went to the store like that, yeah, nobody would say anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's fine.
Hmm.
I've been covered in make like I remember there was this one time in college. I did like a skull makeup kind of thing,
Hmm.
and only one person asked, "Hey, why do you have makeup like that? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just felt like it." Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's good. It's good times. I do stuff to get reactions out of people because
yeah.
I'll try to work on like the accent that I'm really good at is kind of a southern kind of accent because it's for me it's easy. I mean, because I was stationed when you brought up South Carolina, I was actually stationed there when I was in the Navy. So a lot of people are saying you have an accent. I'm like, okay, I just sound like a person from the Chicagoland area. I don't know. I can't tell the difference, but like I'll talk to someone in public mid sentence, I'll change it to a southern accent and then change it right back. They're like, what? Wait,
What's
what?"
going on?
Yes, yes. I actually got refused service at a restaurant because I was talking to the server in a southern accent,
Yeah.
and she straight up told me, "I'm not serving you until you change your accent." I was like, "Whoa,
No.
I kid you not." I was like, "You've got to be kidding me right now." Like that happens.
What? I
Yes.
can't believe that happened.
Yeah. I mean, it blew my mind because I was like, what if that was my native accent? Like,
Yeah.
really?
Wait. Okay, I have a question. Well, could she not understand you, maybe, or
Um, well,
he? She.
she was. I will admit I was kind of messing with her, so I will take part of the blame. But like I would say, well, I would like to order some of that stuff right there that runs in the yard. They call it like
Yeah.
yard bird and stuff like that. I want that stuff burnt to a crisp and dip that stuff in all that barbecue sauce and stuff and serve it on a dirty ashtray. I said stuff like that, and she was just like, "What is this? What's wrong with this dude?" So,
That's funny.
like, but I was having fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to work on more accents, but the one I want to try to nail is the Scottish. But oh my
Ooh.
goodness, I've been trying and trying and trying. I don't give up, and I'm not going to. So, but
Good.
for
Don't
now, I'm
give up.
just gonna stick with my normal and my Southern, and that's it. So, because like in the Stalking Axe Murder, like I was telling you about,
Mhm.
I played. I used a Southern accent, but I kind of harnessed. Oh gosh, you've heard of the Andy Griffith Show, yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of harnessed that Barney Fife quirkiness and that feel of him, and I
Mhm.
combined the two, and yeah, I had the director laughing, so that's cool.
That's good. Yeah.
So
Um, Tell me about your next project. What is it going to be?
I have two in the works.
Yes. Awesome. Tell me about them.
One of them I started writing about three-quarters of the way through filming Evil Lurks.
Okay.
That one is actually going to either be it's not going to be a prequel. It's actually going to be the sequel to Evil Lurks. So,
Nice.
that one's still in development. I'm still doing the treatment for that and doing character development and things like that. So,
Mm.
I do have like a rough script started, but what I'm going to go back and do the stuff prior to that and then perfect it from there. So,
Mhm.
and then the second one that I am co-writing with my good friend Dre Boyd is titled Doomsday. So it's based on if we were to begin if the United States were to get attacked like right now, what would this family of four do and where would they go and that sort of thing. They have an eccentric friend. I think his name is Crazy George. They call him Crazy George
Crazy
because
George.
he owns a nuclear missile silo and turned it into a house. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
which
Well,
is not that far fetched. I mean, it would be very expensive to do, but um, they end up going to his house, and you know, all hell breaks loose, and you know,
yeah.
that's about as far as I can go without giving too much else away. So
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes.
yeah, no worries, no worries. And my co-writer Dre, he goes, this kind of has the feel of the movie called The Crazies. There's a movie out there titled The Crazies that if you were to look it up on like Tubi TV,
Mhm.
it's out there, and he said it kind of has that feel to it, but I don't think it does. But you know, that's fine.
Okay.
But I mean, it I want to say it does a little bit, but I mean, the one I'm writing is totally different. It's to me, I mean, if I were to compare it or to something, I would think it'd be kind of like a Walking Dead feel combined with the crazies, combined with a video game that I like to play called Fallout 4. So it's kind of
Ah,
a post-apocalyptic feel, that sort of thing. So yeah.
sounds cool.
Hmm.
How do you how do you search for your actors and
Um,
crew?
how do I search? Well, I well for the actors, I would just put out a casting call on my Facebook pages or go on to like Actors Access and do it that way. Um, I'm also networked with a ton of actors in the Chicagoland area. So usually if I write a role and I'll like reach out to the actor individually and say, hey, I would like you to read for this role because I think you would be a good fit for it. They'll
Mhm.
either say yes or no. They'll either read for it or they won't. Like with the situation, we had a situation with Evil Lurks where our lead actress had to unfortunately drop from the project like last minute, and she did help try to find us an actress to take her place, but also another actor within the movie was helping to try and find an actress to replace her. And within 48 hours, we had the actress, and then 3 days later, we were on set with her and filming the scene first scenes with her. And I mean, it was just basically word of mouth. I mean, I posted a rush call on a couple of the Chicago actors Facebook pages,
Yeah.
and that's how people found it. And especially my actor goes, well, he would tag actresses that he knew, and that's how we got the actress to to replace her. And you know, I'm very pleased. I'm not saying the other actress couldn't have done a job. She had done a phenomenal job, but this actress, man, she embodied the role. That's for sure.
That's good.
She is our scream queen. So
Queen.
yes, yeah.
I was interviewing a guy. His name's Ryan Kaysen. He's in Chicago area.
Mhm.
He's more of a theater actor, but he does acting too. So, yeah, maybe you guys can collaborate. Is that collabs?
Yeah, collabs. Yeah, possibly. Because I mean, I have two actors in the movie that are theater actors. In fact, the one that I just told you about, Amanda,
Yeah.
and her husband is a theater actor. In fact, he did it was before the pandemic started. He was in the stage play Spamalot. He was the big tall guy, and he's in another production, or he was in another production that got a lot of cool reviews and a lot of publicity. So I'm very, very honored to actually have him part of the project, and especially his wife too, because I mean they play husband and wife on camera. So I'm like, hey, perfect.
It's perfect.
Yes, I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry about the whole odd or weird, you know, intimate
Yeah.
moments, meaning hugging and stuff like that. So I didn't have to worry about that.
Hmm.
So it's nice when you find that type of you know connection. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was gonna ask you something, but I forgot.
oh,
It's okay. That's how it usually happens with me.
sorry.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Um, uh, yeah, I don't have any more questions for now.
That's okay. That's all right with me. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Thank you so
Well,
much for being on my podcast. I
yeah.
really appreciate it.
You're welcome. No problem. Anytime. And I'll come back whenever you want me to. That's not a problem. Even closer to the premiere, that's fine with me. Even after the premiere, that's cool. In fact, if you're ever in Chicago or if you're in this area, come on out and see the movie.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes. July 17th. I have to write that down.
Yes.
Get on my calendar. Cool.
Yeah.